In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. All praise and thanks are due to Allah, and peace and blessings be upon His Messenger. Globally, every year, Muslims face the difficult task of when to start Ramadan and when to celebrate the two Eids. They mostly depend on their Islamic center or government to decide for them. However, in North America, the Fiqh Council of North America, after meeting scholars of all schools of thoughts, ruled in favor of using astronomical calculations for determining the beginning of the Muslim lunar month. But it provoked a strong response, and the American Muslim community continues to be divided over this issue. Scholars on the two sides of the divide present arguments rooted in Islamic traditions and often support their views by citing the same Quranic and prophetic sources or by referring to statements by early Muslim scholars. The latter relate to the human capacity for determining the birth of the new crescent, and it is a function of the observer's physical capacity to identify the new crescent. This capacity varies, needless to say, with the knowledge of the position of the new crescent in the sky, the sharpness of the eyesight of the observer, the access to the refined tools, the climatic conditions, etc., etc. A prophet, peace be upon him, indeed directed the companions to establishing the first day of Ramadan by citing the new moon. But then he, peace be upon him, stated that the reason for his directive was the inability of early Muslim community to provide accurate calculation. The community, he, peace be upon him, pointed out, was then illiterate and did not master reading, writing, or calculation. They had no experienced astronomers who have access to the knowledge, tools, and facilities to determine with accuracy the beginning of the lunar month. Consequently, moon sighting was the only tool available for the early Muslim community. The basis of the historical consensus on moon sighting has changed. Today, astronomers can calculate with great precision the date and time of birth of the new moon. Moon sighting, on the other hand, has become less reliable as the conditions of the sky and the observers have deteriorated markedly over the last 2 centuries. It must be asserted, therefore, that astronomical calculations provide a higher degree of certainty than an actual moon sighting. Astronomical calculations provide a precise date and time of the birth of the new moon. Sighting the moon, on the other hand, produces, even with the use of advanced telescopes, less accurate and reliable results. Yet, the actual choice is not one in which we are asked to choose between astronomical calculations and moon sighting. The choice is really between calculations and individual testimonies. Those who insist that Muslims abandon astronomical calculations and rely on the individual testimonies are in actually asking Muslims to abandon the certainty of reliable knowledge for the inconsistency of unverifiable individual reports. Moon sighting testimonies have been exceedingly inconsistent and have resulted in numerous contradictions and reversal. There is an ample evidence to convince anyone who is familiar with both Sharia injunctions and contemporary astronomy that astronomical calculations provide a more reliable and certain approach for determining the beginning of the Islamic lunar month. The fact that contemporary Muslim scholars are reluctant to embrace this certainty underscores the challenges facing contemporary Muslim scholarship. The Fiqh Council of North America's decision to formally adopt astronomical calculation represents a major step forward in overcoming historical inertia. Although the decision of the Fiqh Council of North America has not so far brought about a consensus among North American Muslims, it has set the foundation for the development of a position that can potentially bring a new consensus in deciding the beginning of Ramadan and the two Eids for the worldwide Muslim community. May Allah guide us to accept His signs. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.